We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
It ain't.
My way might not be your way, but it's okay. It's alright. Your way might not be my way, but it's okay. It's alright. My way might not be your way, but it's okay. It's alright. Your way might not be my way, but it's okay. It's alright. My way might not be your way, but it's okay. It's alright. Your way might not be my way, but it's okay. It's alright. My way might not be your way, but it's okay.
Okay. Woo. My way. Yo. M1 Dead Prez. You said my way and your way. Come on, man. Let it ride through. Yo. Come on, man. First time. Take these off right here. First time hearing that on the airwaves. Y'all like that, didn't you? I was in here rocking. When I heard this, yo. When M hit me up and told me, yo, Sabir, you got to play this for
That's
me.
the world premiere then. Huh?
This is the world
Oh
premiere.
my!
This is the world exclusive.
Okay.
Jack.
That
Yeah. That track is mad sick. Man, let me give everybody, let them go back. The song is called No Way as the Way. And it's from the Information Age. The CD is called The Information Age. Go check out my boy M1 Stickman Dead Prez. You know what's deep because he hit me up. He said, Sabir, you got to play this. We got a new CD out called The Information Age. So go check it out. The track, the video was sick.
Yeah.
Sick. First premiere on LA Talk Live, the Sabir Bey Show, Off the Hook. And the show is going to be off the hook.
Always
going to be off the hook.
you know that.
Indeed.
So for those of you just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show with your host, Sabir Bey.
Here we go.
We always got to get that in.
We're going to get that in.
He's not for formalities. Nah. He just goes right in.
We just go in, man. I'm good. I mean, if you don't know by now, seriously, with the Sabir Bey Show, they late, seriously, because you can just go back. I get hits like crazy on Facebook and everything saying, yo, the show is crazy. I love what you're talking about. Just straight conversation.
That's
and
it.
what people need.
That's
and
it.
real music. So, sometimes it's good, Rich, to do that. But everybody, it's the 3 months now going on.
Dang.
We've been doing it. So it's been really good. So kind of empty in here today, but actually my DJ is on leave right now. We have Kristen and Brother Ray co-hosting today. Co-hosting. So it's going to be a good show. So I want everybody to sit back. Again, I'm going to give everybody time. This is why I'm doing this, to give everybody time to grab a pen and a piece of paper. Y'all can tweet me your questions at the Sabir Bey Show. Again, you can tweet your questions at Sabir Bey Show on Twitter. The topic is going to be about motor vehicles, people, the state taking your car, or the city taking your car, stuff like that. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good conversation because a couple of incidents happened, and we're going to discuss those things. So, and everybody saying, Sabir, you bringing everybody in, but we want you to talk more. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm trying to soften them up.
Right.
I gotta soften the people because if I'm coming this way, it's like, the advertisement won't be there, sponsors won't be there.
Spoon feed them.
People and let's be real. A lot of our people are scary. It ain't gonna happen. They scared because of what I'm talking about. Think I'm against something, but I'm dealing with constitutional issues and laws. We got law books in here, constitutions, Magna Carta. Come on,
the people gotta hear it, man.
Gotta hear it. So people always hit me up and say, Sabir, you gotta talk more about that. You know what I mean? So I want to say again, this topic, and it's about real edutainment, the place for real edutainment, the Sabir Bey Show.
LA Talk Live.
LA Talk Live all day. Kristen gonna be holding it down. When we come back, we're gonna get our astrology for the month. Ray
for the week.
Oh, for the week.
Yeah.
For the week, everybody. For the week.
We can't cover the month. We don't have that much time.
We don't have that much time.
We can't afford that.
Yeah. So if you just tuning in, you're tuning in to Sabir Bey Show, one of the hottest stations in LA. If you don't know, you better go ask somebody. You know what I mean? Don't get on the bandwagon late. You better get on it now. Seriously. And no, I'm not leaving because over here, Rich be like, don't leave, dude. Don't get Hollywood and leave us. So we ain't going nowhere, bro.
Don't get
we
too big
gonna build.
them.
No, we
There's
gonna
a
build
lot
this.
of you cats here who have stars in your eyes.
Man, listen.
You look beyond these horizons here,
Brother,
these humble beginnings of broadcasting in your career. But the fact of the matter is, this is one place, and I will guarantee you this as long as I'm breathing, where you will have the absolute most freedom of expression and creativity above and beyond anybody else out there. Bottom line.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we're dedicated to here.
That's good. That's good. And the thing is that I've been doing it for so long, it don't mean anything. People say, you look like you're comfortable, Sabir. It's like, I'm not impressed by that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, you live it, you got to play certain roles, but it's like it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's build where you at. And that's what I've done in Philly. I've built that place where I was at because that was home to me. You know what I mean? So wherever I go,
here you are with the new home.
Exactly. Wherever I'm go, I'm LA Talk Live. What's up? You see me on something. We be in San Francisco this week actually.
Well, spread the love of
What's
Oakland
going
Talk
on in
Live.
San Fran?
Well, wait, spread the love of Oakland Talk Live while you're up there. OaklandTalkLive.com.
Yeah, well,
see, the thing is, you never have to come to LA Talk Live, and I know some Celtic fans out there who are Laker haters, and they may never tune into LA Talk Live. But hey, go to BostonTalkLive.com. I say this all the time, and you'll see the same great content.
Yeah,
with the Boston Talk Live banner up the whole nine. So when you in Oakland,
like our Zulu banner up here,
absolutely.
Okay.
So when you in Oaktown, let them know about OaklandTalkLive.com. Spreads the audience around. Spread the love.
Yes, sir. And actually, Tasha just hit me. She said, "I'm out here getting this money right now." So that's why Tasha, I said, is not even in here. She just texted me and said, "I'm out here getting this money. I'm missing y'all right now."
Tell her I'll play her role today.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
We got Kristen playing her role today.
Okay.
She's co-hosting today. Not you, brother.
She is prettier. That's true.
Yeah. I don't like looking at you.
And prettier than me, though. Prettier than me is what I meant. No, you're prettier than me playing Tasha's role.
I agree with that one.
Exactly. You know, a lot of stuff goes on in LA Talk Live, man. This is real talk. Actually, you say what's going on in Oakland. I'm up there with Africa Bambaataa this week. We're gonna be at Yoshi's.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, we're doing a show at Yoshi's up in San Francisco Friday night.
Okay.
Actually, KRS-One will be up there in Berkeley. He'll be there this weekend also. So we're gonna try to see if we can juggle it around. See him on.
I have yet to
Friday.
get up there.
For
that
real?
way, yeah.
Oh my
Been in
gosh.
Cali for 3 years and have
I go up there every
ventured
month.
up.
You know, I don't
Up to the Bay Area?
It's
Yeah.
alright.
Me neither. I've never been up there.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Never been up
It's
there.
alright. I want to
I
see.
hear it's more grounded up there though.
You know, it
like
look
more
like-
grassroots.
Yeah,
and,
it looked
you
more
know.
like back east.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
hear.
Really, that's what it
I
is.
hear.
I made that
That's
same
what I hear.
observation
You peeped
when I
that?
came out here. I
Yeah.
went up to the Bay Area in 2000,
Mhm.
right? And I said, man, if I was moving to the West Coast, this wouldn't be the place I lived because all the tall buildings and concrete just remind me of where I left.
Exactly.
Right.
I
No
said
change.
that.
So you
I'll
ain't
change.
missing a whole lot.
I
The
said
weather's
that.
not as good.
No,
Yeah.
it rains.
Okay.
It's cold. I'm
So-
like,
So, I went up there for the 2000, the Millennium All-Star Game,
for real.
NBA All-Star Game. I sat courtside.
Oh,
Walked across the
excuse
court.
me.
I had a homeboy who was connected with him. No, well, I don't know him. I was just rolling with the homie. I was what you call a scrub. Sitting on the passenger side.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyway, but it rained the entire weekend.
Yes.
The entire
Wow.
weekend. I was changing my clothes, trying to, get fresh in the car because it was raining so hard outside.
Dang.
Wow.
Couldn't even wear your fresh gear.
No, you
No.
couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
It's crazy up there.
Yeah, so we'll be up there this weekend. KRS-One is doing a show up there.
Big up to the Bay, though.
Yes,
Open
sir.
Talk
So-
Live, stand up.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty good. You know, we doing actually filming one of my real barbershop talks up there. We doing actually taping that night. I believe my man Head Tech, DJ Head Tech, is going to be up there. Big up to Head Tech and Kamazi. They actually the DJs for Africa Bambaataa. So actually, it's going to be bananas. When my people come from New York, it's bananas. We have fun when we on the road with Bambaataa.
Not
Trust me,
bad.
it's not boring. It's fun. So we'll be up there this weekend at Yoshi's on Friday. Stay tuned, and on Thursday night we actually doing the real barbershop talk. And actually, my first episode is coming out. I believe it's gonna be ready Saturday. We shot 7 episodes of the real barbershop talk.
Okay.
Then we go in the barbershop talk and we just talk. Oh, it's
that's what's
bananas.
up.
Yeah. So
All
we
right.
got a lot of stuff jumping.
So y'all don't see no irony in the notion that Africa Bambaataa and Sabir Bey and KRS-One are going to be appearing at a place called Yoshi's?
No.
Bit of irony up in there.
Chris is not going to be there. He's doing
No, I'm
another
just
show.
saying though, but Bambaataa and Bays at a Yoshi's,
At the Yoshi.
Well,
that's truly
Yoshi's
universal.
Yeah, Yoshi's. I heard today, but my man Head Tech said it's like a big opera place, almost like. This is what he said. He said it's
Oh,
real,
wow.
and they have food there. You know what I mean? They said it's a real live spot. You know what I mean?
That's
So
a
I
I'm
want to drive up to the Bay,
that's
man.
yeah, I'm
different,
taking a
yeah.
lot of my Nasim's Council on Hip Hop up there. I'm going to get it in. He said it's like I forgot what the word he said. Maybe he'll call in and tell me what it was. But he said like a meat market up there, like
Oh,
really
boy.
at this place.
Oh,
he said it's
wow.
bananas. You know.
Ah.
Well,
So-
I'll have you clarify that there, Brother Bay. What do you mean by meat?
Right. That's what.
You know.
That's what
he
I
said,
wanna
I can
know.
go up there and get me some good halal beef,
No, he
some
said.
halal chicken or
Well,
something.
you
like
gotta
that,
stay.
or
You
what?
gotta stay. My man Head Tech. It's gonna be money and women.
Oh,
Oh, excuse me.
So,
that's
you know,
what a meat market is.
Yeah, you know, money and women. You know.
I got
Go
to
to
put
break.
that.
Go to
I got
break.
to hold his foot to the fire on that one, sister. What you saying?
You know what I mean?
You gonna have to
Yeah.
read him after the break.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
but I'm going up there to sell DVDs. I'm going up there to have fun. You know what I mean? Like we always
In the
do.
meat market.
Yeah.
Right.
in the
Well, he
meat
could have been
I ain't touching that one.
MEET market.
Oh, that's
Right?
that's
Okay,
different. But
there
I
we
know
go.
that's
Clean
not
it
what
up
I-
then.
I
Clean it
sometimes
up.
serve as his attorney.
Yo. So I want to again welcome everybody back to LA Talk Live. The Sabir Bey Show goes down every Tuesday 3 p.m. Tell a friend. You know what I mean? Listen. This is the only place you're going to get this information from.
Word.
Today is an open letter to all public officials. That is the headline of it.
Mm.
Open letter to all.
Serious
So
business.
go tell your attorney friends, your sheriff, your police officers. Tell them to call LA Talk Live.
I'm
and read-
finna call Stephen Burke. That's my attorney.
Well, call it. Well, I don't deal with. I don't
Co-host
deal
of,
with turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
Now,
deal with turnovers.
Before you go to the break, I just got to compliment you on that opening song. Got to
Oh,
compliment
Dead
you.
Prez?
That was off the chain.
I need to
dude.
play that back again.
He
Man.
was
You
saying
should
something.
come
He
back
was
with
saying
that
something
because
on
you
it.
know, not only was he saying something and the wisdom that he was spitting in the song,
Yeah.
it reminds me of a Quranic verse that goes, lakum dinukum waliyadin, which means to you be your way and to me be mine.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And this is why I did this, because in the Republican form of government, one vote count. This is why, when I go through my songs, it may take me a week. And I say, well, let me see what resonates. And it could be the day before I walk in here and it'll hit me. So I had this conversation with M1 for a while, talking to him about playing this CD. And I'm like, and I was like, okay, I'm sitting up last night and I'm talking to Mel Jackson. He might be calling in also.
Pick up to Mel Jackson out there.
And he's producer of the Sabir Bey Show. Yes, he's producer of the show. And it's like the conversation, Sabir, can we get a song that we relate to what we're talking about? So I'm sitting here and I'm going brainstorming all last night, staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning. And this song came to me. And I'm like, damn. He actually told me, look this song up. And I say, wow, it fell right into play. Because in the Republican form of government, one vote count. In a democracy, the majority rules. That's what democracy means. Demos krasik, which means the demon rules over the minority. That's all this is about. So I, just listen to the words. Crazy. And actually, Mortal Technique will be in California on the 27th. So we're going to try to get him into the studio. He'll be in San Diego doing the show. Yeah, I spoke with him yesterday also, too. So we got some fire coming to LA Talk Live.
Ooh,
okay.
We got some fire coming into LA Talk Live. Like I said, the only place you're going to hear this type of conversation, the place for real edutainment, education and entertainment. The only place. So we want to play this. We want to play this track real quick again. And I want everybody, if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to the Sabir Bey Show. Actually, our sponsor, man, also, man, big up to Tahuti, man. And this stuff right here called Eyes Oil make your skin make your skin real pretty. Put some on.
You looking real good over there. I sure really do, man. You know, it's making me jealous, man. You was over there looking. I'm loving you with the shades on. That's a really good
I'll put
look
shades
for
back
you.
on. We're gonna put the shades back on. All right.
Not that you need them, but that's just such a great look for you, man.
Okay,
you look good on camera. I'm over here watching you.
For real, I look good on camera.
You do, man.
I don't know about you.
And thanks to the Hootie Mod, right?
Exactly.
And the fine products
this
of the
stuff
health
right
store,
here,
official sponsors
this stuff,
of the Sabir Bey Show.
Exactly, official sponsor. So if you want to
LA
sponsor
Talk Live,
your show on LA Talk Live on the Sabir Bey Show, get at us, because this right here.
Now what's in there? Let's talk about that.
I don't even know. He said it's some special stuff he got. They got
it says olive oil.
It says, but it's oxidized.
Right.
It's an oxygen, some kind of way that the brother said is in the tank. And actually, this color keep out a lot of bacteria.
Well, in the old days, all good products of medicinal value came in blue bottles.
Because what happened kills the bacteria. It's like when you're in the hospital, they use green or they use blue. It kills bacteria. So actually, it was to hold that in. So I said I needed something for my skin. You know what I mean? He was like, well, yeah,
you're
use
looking
this.
Good, kid.
D-Health. Yeah, I just want this
After
Candida.
Candida you suffered from, man. Yeah, your skin is definitely looking great, dude.
Bruh, they said you don't get
we
over that.
thought we was going to lose you.
No, they said.
I was looking out. I went out to the place and looked up some caskets and everything.
No, they said no, but they said that you don't. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a yeast infection, really. It's actually, they say, from eating fast foods, and especially today.
And I can't even imagine you overloading on fast food or pizza in your case.
It was a last minute thing, 12:30 at night. I was in a hotel. They took us out, and then when I was eating the pizza at the hotel, I'm like, this don't taste right. You know what I mean? But I was hungry. You know, I'm like eating it, and then I fell asleep on it. And this was 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? So it affected me.
All bad.
See, I knew she was going to say that.
Recipe for disaster.
I really thought he was out there knucking. You know, I thought he was out on the front line.
A lot of people thought I was knucking, though.
I thought he had to go out there like, what? You ain't down with LA Talk Live? LA Talk Live don't get no respect.
Represent.
That's not going to happen. You know, I can fight very well. Don't get it twisted.
Well, you from Philly. We fist users.
All day long.
Yeah, we get down
and I can use the other things, too.
Oh, snap.
So, very well.
The bangers.
I ain't get shot up just
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Throw your bangers in the air.
Yeah. But this stuff is very good, though. I mean, it's from D-Health, man. If y'all not familiar, get with my man D-Health, Tahuti Mayat Ra. His store is bananas, man. I just went up there and got some sea moss. You know, brother's bad.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good products in there, man.
And on the FYI tip, if I could get out his number, visit dhealthstore.com. It's dhealthstore.com. Call him toll free, 888-823-9416. I repeat, 888-823-9416. D Health Store, official sponsors of the Sabir Bey Show and the Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Tell them you heard it here.
But
we'll be right back. That's right. I hope this is enough time people to grab their pens and piece of paper, because it's going to be a crazy show. We're going to touch on due process. We're going to touch on the rest. We're going to break a lot of stuff down. And actually, there's an article I want to read for everybody, because It's amazing how things work. I was in a Starbucks today and just ran across this article about tickets is more drama for the city. That's crazy. Tickets is more drama for the city. That's in the LA paper. And we're going to read that.
We got to see that. Yeah, let's get into that.
So school is in. Grab a pen, piece of paper, tell a friend, bring your children, move them closer to the computer, turn off the dumb tube, get some real edutainment.
Right.
All right, we'll be right back. I'm going to actually, my man Rich want to hear this track again. This is my man again, Dead Prez, No Way as the Right Way. No Way as the Right Way. All right. Yeah. We right back.
Thank you for tuning into LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network, original reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk. Stay tuned.
Do you suffer from degenerative diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, fibroid tumors, high cholesterol, genital herpes, or a plethora of other diseases that rob you of a quality life? If so, then visit the website of herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra at dhealthstore.com and open the door to natural healing at an affordable price. dhealthstore.com has over 1,800 products created by herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra, specifically designed to help you heal the natural and safe way. At dhealthstore.com, you'll find everything from herbal formulas and cleanses, such as Tahuti's famous full body detox, as well as herbal teas, extracts, natural body butters, lotions, creams, children's products, hair care products, and of course, sexual enhancement products for both men and women. So visit the website of Tahuti Ma'atra, dhealthstore.com, or call toll free at 1-888-823-9416, dhealthstore.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Forbidden Gems, inviting you to join us every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. sharp for the hottest, livest talk show, Forbidden Tuesdays.
Join us as we expose the new generation of love and dating and help y'all run the game right. Ladies beware, fellas bring out your notepads.
So don't forget to tune into
Forbidden Tuesdays.
exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV. This is
LA Talk Live,
and we are more than just talk.
You ready?
I'm content to die for my beliefs. So cut off my head and make me a martyr. The people will always remember it. No, they will forget.
A man who walks with God can walk anywhere. Hence, I fear nothing. The point of guerrilla war is not to succeed. It's always been just to make the enemy bleed, depriving the soldiers of the peace of mind that they need. Bullets are hard to telegraph when they bob and they weave. The only way a guerrilla war can never be over is when the occupation can't afford more soldiers until they have to draft the last of you into the service, and you refuse cause you don't see the purpose. The only way to counter the insurgents that are well equipped is to paint the people fighting for freedom as terrorists. Then find a faction looking for foreign investment, install them in power and murder any objections. You can't stop a revolution for breathing, so to beat them they offer people the illusion of freedom. But when you're done dreaming and wake up tortured for treason, then you can see them hiding behind the God they believe in. Deep in the trenches in the heart of a war, that's the place a martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on during the night before the start of the dawn. That's the place a martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. Gunshots are raining in the heart of a storm. That's the place a martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. Guerrilla war when the army is gone. That's the place a martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. The purpose of life is a life with a purpose, so I'd rather die for a cause than live a life that is worthless. I don't need the circus or the day of national observance. I need you to think for you and stop being a servant. Pawns only move a square in the game that they're using and realize it too late, like the shooting of Huey Newton or Patrice Lumumba and Salvador Allende, slaughtered by the power-hungry branches of their own gente. Gandhi wasn't killed by Pakistani nationals, he was assassinated by a Hindu radical. And Che Guevara, rebel to a U.S. continent, was sold to the CIA by Bolivian communists. Wasn't Yitzhak Rabin murdered by a Zionist, and Anwar Sadat a victim of the same violence? Malcolm X was seen as a threat to the FBI, but to blast them they used Muslims from the NOI. Even the 35th president of the republic was murdered by factions of his own government. So now that it's proven that a soldier of revolution or head of an empire disguised in a constitution cannot escape the retribution or manipulation of the self-appointed rulers of the planet's corporations, so I'ma need every generation to put your hands up, cause you can only get them off your back when you stand up. Deep in the trenches in the heart of a war, that's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. From the start of the dawn.
I don't think y'all was ready for that thing right there. Mortal Technique. Know what type of music I listen to. That's the way the martyrs are born. Ooh, see, the only way you can get them off your back if you stand up and fight.
I like that quote at the beginning.
Well,
I like the one at the end. Motherfucker is on. I like that one.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of music I listen to. This is the type of stuff they scared to play on the radio. They don't want cats start reacting.
Right.
So they got to give you that whack stuff. They want to give you Drake and everybody else. Mm-hmm. They ain't gonna play Dead Prayers, nor they gonna play my man Mortal Tech. Listen, go check him out on YouTube. That track is sick. The only way you're gonna get these people off your back is stand up and fight.
We've been rocking Immortal Technique for a lot of years, pretty much since we've been a radio station, which is going on 4 years now. We've been rocking them for quite some time, thanks to Adam Dutch Cole, who was one of our first broadcasters. Unfortunately, he moved to Florida for a whole new life. He had young sons and daughters. He wanted to get them out of this LA fray. So he's out there doing it big right now. He's doing really well. I want to send a shout out to him, Vic, Chico, all the crew, my man Adam Dutch Cole. But he was one of the first cats who came in and started introducing us as a network, a broadcast network, to some of this incredible music. So we've been rocking the conscious-minded music for a long time. But we do play the ignorant stuff, too.
Yeah, but that's the thing about, that's what the problem
Diversity.
is. That is the problem right now. And I'm going to welcome everybody back to the LA Talk Live Sabir Bey Show, the only place you want to get this type of information.
The real.
And dialogue.
And because that's part of the problem. This is why we have racial profiling and everything else, because of the ignorant stuff. And I want to give a shout out to the Zulu Nation, because actually I'm a Zulu member also. But they are the only people, if y'all have not seen the article yet, that went after World Star Hip Hop and told them all that world, that BS. Yes, that BS. So if you're not, go to World, it's on my Facebook. So go to Sabir Bey page and you will actually see the article that was written out. And I didn't know the dude who started it was a Haitian. You know? I didn't even know that. Yeah. So we went at him because of all the BS that he's putting on World Star Hip Hop. No real substance at all. Nothing at all. So big up, and who else better to do it but the Zulu Nation? You know what I mean? Who else? Come on. The rest of these cats, because we coming for all y'all. We coming for all of y'all with this whack stuff. I like that. If you whack, you getting smacked. I mean, the element. If you whack, and I said it, if you're whack, you're getting smacked. You know, people. It ain't about they want to hear this. That's not nah. It's your duty to put up the real stuff. And you know, I just have to say that because it needs to be done. I mean, the brother even wrote, he's the Minister of Information of the Zulu Nation. And what happened, he said that you don't even understand the elements of hip hop. It's peace, love, unity, and having fun. That's not fun. That's the elements, one of the elements of hip hop. Right. Peace, love, unity, and having fun. Not the garbage that they put on here on World Star Hip Hop. That's not a news. If you want real news, come to Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live. That's where you're gonna get some productive news. Get some productive, real entertainment.
Something other use.
Than Yes. So I want to get these calling numbers. We're going to actually give a shout out to our sponsors also.
We want to take a minute just to give a shout out to our sponsors of dhealthstore.com. Over 1,800 products created by herbalist Dahudi Matra. I'm telling you, I use so many products of Dahudi. I see his face all the time now. I got him in.
Would you have 1,799 products?
Yeah. I'm like that too, man. I'm like
waiting. Everything goes on sale all the time, so you have to get off these commercial medicines. You also this is a place where you can look. This is a place where you.
And this is spoken from the author. Brother Ray.
Eat like you give it.
Eat like you give a damn.
So that's right.
That's an authority speaking on an authority.
Yeah,
in health and wellness.
And the book is available at dhealthstore.com as well. My book too.
Now I can't speak for Brother Sabir Bey right now with all the sneezing going on, but I can say
you got to get him one.
I'm just allergic to BS.
Well, here comes some. So start sneezing again. No, on some real talk, man. You know, you are a true representation of what you speak about in your book. You're healthy, you're vibrant, you're svelte. That's a nice way to tell a dude, damn, you're nice and slim. You know, you gotta. It's so weird out here nowadays. But no, you really represent what you write about in your book so well.
I appreciate it.
And in an era, as I walk this world and being the oldest dude in the room, at least let's say, probably in the building right now, but I look at all this obesity. It's taking place in our community, particularly amongst our women. And I keep asking myself, what even tastes that good anymore?
Right.
I mean, none of the processed food tastes like it. No. I mean, I remember filet of fishes.
Me too.
From Mickey D's when they first came to Philly. First one I went to was up on Germantown and Shelton. I love that sandwich. Now it is like, what am I eating?
What is it? Yeah. It's changed a lot, man. It's changed a lot, and unfortunately, it's the kids who are losing.
It's so I was driving through
but it's not about the
Inglewood just yesterday. I'm like, good Lord, why are these grown ass men and women wearing backpacks with books in their hand? These are like 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
Right.
My mom and them used to talk about kids like, that's an old looking child. These kids look old. But I didn't want to change the conversation. But my point being, I want to get back to Dahudi Ma'ara and the great work that he's doing over at D Health Store, official sponsors of the Sabir Bey Show. I just wanted to get that in.
Yes,
and thanks for that plug. Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what? The reason why they look so grown, and I mean, you know, you have 9 years old, 5 years old having cycles and all that, because it's the hormones in the food that they use to accelerate the growing process of the food. So then once you eat the food, then that goes right into your bloodstream and, you know, into your makeup and all. So.
And that's why we can't think, but we're going to get into the subject. What's the calling numbers, Kristen, for us?
The calling numbers are 323-247-7443. Again, 323-247-7443.
call in, y'all, because the show is like, it's not going to come to you. We can't, we don't know what's on your mind. So the subject is going to be talking about how they're taking people's cards. But before we get there, we want to actually talk about the astrology for the week for everybody.
Yeah.
What is going on with that?
Universal law. All right. So again, we still have this Pisces super duper stellium, super duper energy going on. When I say stellium, I mean it's an astrological term for several planets in the same sign. It's like a focus of energy or a concentration of energy. And Pisces represents, the beliefs, spirituality, belief system, using your imagination, the poetry, the dancing, the whole Harlem Shake thing that's going on right now. That's very Piscean. Really? Yeah, because it's about dancing. Okay. Dancing is a Pisces theme. So we have a lot of this energy. We have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Neptune, Chiron, and Mars all in Pisces. Mars representing the energy level, how we go about things. The Sun represents, what our focus is, where the consciousness of the people is. Mercury is the communication factor, our mental faculties. Also, the health factor, because Mercury does rule Virgo as well on the other side of Mercury. Venus deals with relationships and our commitments and how we're spending our money. And then Neptune is our imagination, our dream state, our belief system and all of that. So, and also institutions. So we have all these planets working together, and it's creating a big focus in everyone's chart, where whatever sign you are. So for example, Pisces, they have this Pisces and Pisces rising, when the rising sign is based on the time that you were born. So that's why it's important to either get with an astrologer or, find out.
They better get with you.
Yes, to find out your rising sign, because a lot of times we resonate more with our rising sign than our sun sign. You can read an article about, say, Gemini, and you're like, well, that doesn't sound like me. It's because you may resonate more with your rising sign. And also there's several other planets in your chart that make up who you are. So anyway, for example, Pisces or Pisces risings, they're going through self-image issues. Also, they're changing their approach. Pisces is about dissolving things. So they have to dissolve some of their traditional ways that they're going about things and use another approach, also in changing the things about their face, their body structure, all of that, which is going on with Pisces. Aquarius, they're changing their appetites. A lot of focus is on their appetites, what they're eating, even how they're making money. Pisces does deal with, fraudulent activity or things that you can't see, sneaky things going on. So, be mindful of that. Also, what was I going to say? Also, like I said, the appetite, the taste, how you're making money and all of that. For Capricorns are dealing with, losing their phone, miscommunication with the siblings or neighbors or anyone they see in that regard. Even, people that they grew up, younger cousins, siblings, like I said. So, they need to watch. And the thing is, when we talk about astrology, you can't change the influence, but you can change your reaction to it. So just like the sun rises and it's sunny outside or whatever, you can't change that, but you can close your blinds, you can go out and be under the sun. Like you can change how you react to that energy. So when you're going through the when you have this Pisces big transit going on in your chart and the miscommunication pops up, you can control how you react to it. Don't let it get you flustered and end relationships because of what's going on. You just know that this is a storm that's passing and we'll move past it.
Buckle up. Yeah.
Right, exactly. For Sagittarius, they're going through issues in their home life or their family life. A lot of communication issues there. And Pisces also represents the sewage and the leak, gas and fumes and stuff. So check out, the pipes in your home. Even myself, I'm a Sag sun, and I've had an issue with my sink right now, that the plumbing is an issue. So I mean, that's just one manifestation of it. For Scorpios are dealing with this Pisces energy in their 5th house, which is the house of children. They may be having dreams about what their children are up to, or they may be having love affair issues. Also, they may be very creative at this time, because the 5th house is the house of creativity. So any creative projects, drama, film, anything like that, photography projects that they could be working on. And what also is key is in learning your own natal chart is to see how these energies are resonating with your planets in your chart. So because that way you can determine whether it's a high side, like you're getting the positive energy of this stellium, or if you're getting the low side, the negative effects. Wow. For Libras are going through issues with their health, health, fitness, new routines, how they're dealing with others as far as a service based, because the 6th house deals with the service to others and services received. Also, job confusion, being confused about where their job security and all that. Also being very tired and lethargic. They're working while they're supposed to be sleeping, and sleeping when they're supposed to be working. So they need to really make sure they're getting their proper rest right now, because their immune system is at risk. For Virgos are going through relationship issues, commitments, wondering where things are going with your partner, and confusion and trust issues that are popping up in your relationships. And like I said, it could be a high side or a low side. The trust may be developing a stronger aspect because of something that took place, or there's some communication being very vague, that they're not, the partner is not communicating with them properly, and they're just left up to their imagination to try to figure out what their partner is up to, what they're doing. So that's what they're going through. Also, Leos are going through issues with their partner's finances. They'll see their partner going through, financial issues, confusing, like some of the money just disappearing. Like, what did you spend it on? Like, I don't even know what you're doing with that. Also, issues of sex, death of addictions. Kill all those addictions, stuff that you've been trying to kick those habits. Get rid of them at this time. This is a good time for that. Also, inheritance and taxes are of the topic for Leos as well. Get your taxes done right now, and when you do, make sure that you
send a portion over here.
Make sure that you are you're double and triple checking the paperwork, because mistakes are very likely right now. Cancers are going through issues with travel. The having confusing directions when they're getting in their car. Also, their car is subject to leaks. Check the tubing in the car, or gas leaks and all that kind of stuff. Also, be mindful of not drinking and driving or falling asleep behind the wheel right now, because cancers are susceptible to that. Also, if you're in school, confusion or not getting enough rest because of the workload at school, too much paperwork and all that kind of stuff going on there. Geminis are going through career issues, public image, any creative projects that they're working on when it comes to the public, doing things out in the public eye, taking a lot of pictures because Pisces deals with imagery, pictures and poetry and music and all that kind of stuff. So that's what Gemini is dealing with. Also could very well be dealing with issues with the parent, the disciplining parent, or landlord issues, some confusion there, miscommunication, and things that affect your lifestyle at this time.
Okay.
The Tauruses are going through issues with their friends or social groups. miscommunication or spats and stuff going on with your friends. And I'm not talking about like your best friend, but your group of friends or how you're relating to the group. Also, you're wondering about the future, having some fears or some doubts about the future, especially, relationships or your finances in the future and where it's going. So that's what.
Okay. How much more?
It's one more.
We got one more. Did we touch everybody? Because we giving out too much information. It's like I don't want to stop you. I just don't want people to support it. You know what I mean? Because here it's like we give out so much information, and the thing is that we, people don't, they don't honor that. You know what I mean? I feel where you coming from with it, but I want people to reach out to you. You know what I mean? This is why we want to, limit certain things with people, because even with this station, either advertise or sponsor or get with the people that's inside this building, because this is what we do. You know what I mean? I just wanted to put that out there because it needs to be put out, because I really don't think people know what it takes to do what we do. You know what I mean? And that's a lot what she's giving to people for nothing. Seriously. And it works. Go ahead with your last one. I just wanted to say
okay. That. And then Aries are having trouble sleeping. They're a lot of thoughts and stuff, a lot of dreams, very lucid dreams right now. And also they have to face their fears at this time, address some things, and that is that.
Yeah, man, because the information that we give out on these airwaves is not like the propaganda that you hear all the time. Right. So this is valuable edutainment. Oh yeah, that's deep. We're gonna take this break. I hope everybody went and called a politician, called a sheriff, called an attorney, called somebody to tune into the Sabir Bey Show, because we're getting ready to go in on this subject matter. We'll be right back after this break.
LA Talk Live. Yes, sir.
I Ayatollah Idi Amin Menelik, yo man, I'm a Masai warrior. Despair, fear and desperation, no depression can't carry ya. Despair, like burning spear and such before me, who all fought for the cause, and despair, enforcing all the laws, and the master of the masses, one has power, the other one lacks it. Guns of power, controlled by assets, owned by financial forecasters. Who are the masters? They are the gangsters, they are the bankers, the ones who tax us. The masses, they are us, the sheep, the people, divided in classes. I go off like a Shiite bomb, and all y'all see I'm on my war paint on my face shit, my 9mm on my waist shit. I'm a problem, shoot up the waist shit. Let a few go, then I get low, blazing haze again. The masters, the Wall Street war chiefs, the elitist groups. The masses, they pray to Jesus, saying he will see us through. The masters are the aristocratic, the masses asking the Most High on his way here. I'm trying to stay clear, my mind is my modern day spear. Hey, I say despair.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and hosts of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Do you suffer from degenerative diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, fibroid tumor, high cholesterol, genital herpes, or a plethora of other diseases that rob you of a quality life? If so, then visit the website of herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra at dhealthstore.com and open the door to natural healing at an affordable price. dhealthstore.com has over 1,800 products created by herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra, specifically designed to help you heal the natural and safe way. At dhealthstore.com, you'll find everything from herbal formulas and cleanses, such as Tahuti's famous full body detox, as well as herbal teas, extracts, natural body butters, lotions, creams, children's products, hair care products, and of course, sexual enhancement products for both men and women. So visit the website of Tahuti Ma'atra, dhealthstore.com, or call toll free at 1-888-823-9416, dhealthstore.com.
Hey, shout us out. What's the count? I'm your host, Ferran Dozier. I'm inviting you to join me on WDC Radio every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time as we discuss community topics around health, sports, and entertainment. So don't forget to shout us out. What's the count? On WDC Radio, only on LATalkLive.com. You You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. What's the count?
Y'all know what it is, man. Pay attention.
Raise your hands up, lateral thrust into the sky. Follow my music notes, I will lead you like paper pie. Out of the dark, I'm like inside of a bottle. I guarantee that there ain't no MC to get you as hype as I. I'm complex, no question, ninjas is alkali. In other words, they basic, average personified. I'm about to occupy the rap game. Bang on the industry, never be compromised, so I damn to even try. I take the milli for 50K in the kitty. Assemble the rap committee, you know what though we am I. I'm putting Bam at the table with fabulous homicide. Only God's on the label, no infidels need apply. Your arms too short to spar with Elohim. I cut you in 5 pieces so easy like Steve McQueen. Stepping razor, born from a quasar. Spitting mathematics like the first 5s in Asia. She danger. We coming, we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming. They running, they running, they running, they running, they running. We sunning, we sunning, we sunning, we sunning, we sunning. Get the mics out, turn the lights out. We coming, we coming, we coming, we coming, we coming.
They running, they running, they running. The politicians running.
We sunning, we sunning, we sunning, we sunning, we sunning. Get the mics out, turn the lights out.
Ooh, I like that.
Ciroc.
I knew that was Ciroc.
She will kill
I
any.
just jumped on her page. She's sweet.
She will kill.
She is
It's
sick.
SA-ROC. She will kill any male MC. This is the type of people we rock with. She said I put Bam at the table. Come on, man. You can't listen. You can't trying to go Hollywood being around Bam with somebody, dude. It ain't gonna happen. We deal with real hip hop. Hip hop.
Strictly.
Hip means to know. Hop means to move out on what you know. That's what hip hop means. So we moving out today on the Sabir Bey Show on this information.
Let's go.
Clap it up, clap
So
it
you
up.
already know what type of music I like to listen to already now, right? You have to have some type of substance in it. You ain't gonna hear that nowhere else. You're gonna hear shit hop, like Professor Griff says. Shit hop. You know.
Griff is gonna be out here soon.
Yeah, he's going to come out here soon too. But Siddiqui Bakari's bringing him out here. Big up to Siddiqui Bakari. Got to give a shout out to that brother. Let's get into this subject matter. Actually, the reason why I brought this up is because a lot of people have been getting their property taken by the LA police, Philadelphia police, and people don't know what the law really is. You know what I mean? This is why I gave enough time. You see, they ain't calling in. They may be listening, but they ain't calling in.
They got that pen right.
They may be tweeting me. I'm talking about the politicians now. They may be tweeting me right, trying to tweet, scanning my paper, my page, trying to figure like who the hell is this dude? You know what I mean? Like, what is he doing? Who is he? Did he go to our school? No, I didn't go to your school. I'm a dropout of the 11th grade. I didn't go to your school system, so it's not happening. I'm not one of their whores that they can buy. Okay, you should know about the music I play already. So let's get into this. Now, I always pull out information so no one can say this is Sabir's words. This is what they teach these people in law school. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, if you're in front of your computer, look up Title 49 of the CFR. I'm going to repeat that again. I'm going to try to move slow for some people. Title 49 of the CFR, which stands for the Code of Federal Regulations. And it says transportation. Title 49 of the United States Codes means the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. I'm going to repeat that again. CFR, United States, Title 49, United States Codes, Federal Motor Carrier. Here I say carrier. Safety Administration. This is where you're going to get your authority from anything dealing with motor vehicle issues.
Okay.
Period. Okay. Those are the tops. You got CFR, United States Codes. Then it trickles down to the state. Then it trickles down to the city. Really, the city officials, the city police really only supposed to deal with city officials. That's who they supposed to be taking and giving fines and stuff like that. This is the stuff that's going on, but people are unaware because no attorney will have the balls enough to stand up here and tell people that's wrong. And they try to make infractions criminal acts, and they're not. And they're taking people's property without due process, which we were talking about. I want people to look up. There's a couple of things I looked up while we online. I want everybody to look up due process, duress, interest, liens. I'm going to repeat those things again. Due process, duress, interest, lis pending, and a lien. You can go online to an online law dictionary. Invest in yourself. Invest in a law dictionary. If you go online and punch in the law dictionary, you can download the file, I believe, now, and you can actually see and just punch in anything. Just punch in anything that you're looking for, and you will see everything that I'm saying to y'all. When a cop walks to your car, it's a duress. It's a threat. People understand that. When they tell you they're taking you out your car, it's a threat. When they take your property, they're in violation of the Fifth Amendment, really the Fifth, and the 14th, which is the due process clause. You must read the Constitution. One is talking about you can't take property without just compensation, which is the Fifth Amendment. The 14th, if you read the 14th, one doesn't say that. 14th don't say that. So people always argue the 14th Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot take nobody's property without due process. That means you have to have a jury of your peers, or you have to have some violation in the Constitution. Period. But don't expect none of these local security guards, police officers, y'all keep calling them, to know these things.
They don't even know that, right?
Exactly. Let's bring this call in because hopefully this is my man Mel Jackson, because he just had an incident with, I believe it was Chicago police officers. Let's see if that's my man Mel Jackson. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. Where you calling from? What's your name?
Peace, bro. What's the good news?
Oh, this is my man Mel Jackson.
What's up, bro?
Hey now.
What's
happening? What's happening?
If y'all not familiar, this is Pretty Boy off of Soul Food, Stick Up Kids, Deliver Us from Eva, the light skinned Pretty Boy. So if y'all, I know you like.
Just another brother using his gift to be of service to the whole, man.
That's what's up.
I hear that.
And you know what, man? I don't know if you heard what I was talking about the Title 49 of the CFR and Title 49 of the United States Codes. I'm putting these things out here for people so they can understand what the hell is going on out here. And this is what the politicians are supposed to be teaching people.
Right.
They really supposed to be teaching people this information, but we give our vote, we give our money. If we ask for the money, they say, no, what you doing? You know what I mean? Again, we give our money to these people.
Right.
But Sabir, I always say, man, on the other side of that, we talking about responsibility. That how much do we have to put on ourselves to understand, the nature of things going on around us. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's 100%. I don't know what their job is, 100%. But I would say that it's up to us to understand how to govern ourselves with everything that's going on around us. Period.
But that's true. But that's very true. But the thing is that it's their duty. If you study their oath, if you read their home rule charters, when you start reading, because people go out and just vote just because somebody look good, they come in at that particular moment, and we just go out and vote because he sounds good. But not you. There was a saying that Ozzie Davis said about Malcolm one day. He said, "Have you ever sat with Malcolm? Have you ever had him smile with you? Have you ever sat with any of these politicians to really know?" Like, I'm not just voting because somebody said, because it's a feel-good thing. It's like, I want to know, what are you going to do?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
What are you going to do to make a change, the difference? If you know that they're taking people's property, and this is what sparked this conversation, because Mel had an incident he was sharing with me, and I was like, yo, Mel, we need to talk about that. About them locking people up, taking their property, then having a person pay all his money, holding a car for ransom, because really that's what it is. It's for ransom.
It is.
And telling them, you got to come up with $14,000, $15,000, $2,000 for your car before we sell your car. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Think for a minute, people. That is highway robbery.
Yeah, it is.
This is in law. It's called highway robbery, and there's also a term called the color of law, which means it appears to be real, but it's not real.
Right.
This is why I always share with people: invest in yourself, invest in a law dictionary, or go online and Google a law dictionary, and don't just take stuff at face value. You know what I mean? Look up even what I'm saying here on the show.
Learn. Yeah, you gotta
I'm
learn.
giving you law classes right now, but I'm not getting paid for it like that. See what I'm saying?
You gotta learn though.
What attorney?
It's a different kind of payment. You putting it. You're sowing out into the universe. So as far as karma is concerned, you'll receive it in another way.
Are you right about that one?
Absolutely.
And what other politician you ever heard just ran off what I just said? There's another book called Words and Phrases. And for those that don't know what words and phrases are, it's called the Law Books, published by West Group. It's called Words and Phrases. And what it is, it give you the definition of motor carrier, and it tell you what it is. It talks about motor carrier, semi trucks, buses, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. I'm just giving these things out right now before we get into this subject matter. In the Fifth Amendment, it says, deprived of life, liberty, and property without due process of law. If you're not familiar with the Constitution, read it. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Now, I didn't write that. Every public official take an oath on the Constitution. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
They take an oath on the state in the U.S. But I'm going to go a little further than that. The 14th Amendment, now pay attention to what I just said. 14th Amendment says life, liberty, and property cannot be taken without due process. It's something that's missing there. Two types. Life, liberty, and property cannot be taken without due process. The compensation is missing.
Compensation, yeah.
See what I'm saying? This is there. Now, I'm just running these things down. You got the law dictionary, right?
Yeah.
I want you to look up due process. But I'm just going to read to people really what it is. Due process is the law of constitutional rights in life, liberty, and property of interest. Interest is the key. You have to have the interest in the vehicle. Nobody has interest in their vehicles. This is why they can take them. See what I'm saying? And that interest is a lien. See what I'm saying? It's two types of liens. You have a lis pendens, which is a common law lien, and a commercial one, which is called a regular lien. A lien is just an interest in the property. And what happens, they never show people how to put a lien on their car. You just buy the car, you fill the back out. I think they do, right?
Yeah.
Back, right? But they never tell you to fill the front out. I want everybody to go grab the title to their car and just read it thoroughly. And just read the fine print. It's going to say interest, or it's going to say lien on that title. Nobody does that. This is why you can do this out here in LA called what is it called? Give us your car, we give you the loan or something like that. And you don't pay the loan off, they go transfer it to somebody else. That's all they doing. You don't peep it. You see the game that's being played. So this is the same they do with you when you don't come pick your car up. So now what happens? Your car sits there. This is even in LA. I heard they have your car sitting for 30 days, right? But it wasn't supposed to be in the pound. In Philadelphia, it says in Title 75, every state has their individual motor vehicle law. Every state. So find out what your state motor vehicle law is, and it's not what the cops are doing out here in the streets.
Right.
You're supposed to immobilize the vehicle. I know in Philadelphia. Immobilize don't mean take the car. It means to immobilize. It means to sit it still. It's supposed to have a boot on it. Then you go to court. Then you have a hearing. That's due process. Okay. See what I'm saying? Right. Not take the property. People got the game twisted. It's very twisted. But that's what it is. But what happens, you have to have or put a lien against the vehicle and put a value on it. And if something was to happen, you're supposed to contact the state attorney general for this. He's the one that's supposed to enforce these things because the police don't know this stuff. They're basically it's a law called highway robbery. And what happens, what they're doing, they're taking it on the highway. They're very ignorant of what's going on. And the people are very ignorant to what's happening. So now they're holding your car for ransom. And then sometimes they lock you up because your license may have been suspended in another state.
Right.
But what they got to do?
Did you build on that, Sabir? You build on that?
Brother. You just got in it, brother. You just got in. Okay, I'm just on that part.
I was talking about suspension. Did you build on that already?
No, I didn't go there yet. We're just going in now.
Okay, keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah. So what happens? Jurisdictional issue, and I shared this with Mel, and I said because of one jurisdiction don't have no jurisdiction over another one. Jurisdiction is the key.
Right.
So what happens? They have a compact. See what I'm saying? And they have a contract with these people, but you yourself don't have one. Your contract would be the contract you sign with them. That's it. So what happens when people read applications? They need to read them thoroughly. When they say applications, you need to get a driver's license. Mm-hmm. Now, if they saying I need one, so why do I have to go apply for one?
Right.
I'm gonna say that again. I don't think y'all quote what I just said. They saying
sense.
Go apply, but they say you must have one. If I must have one, I just take the test, right? Why would I have to go apply for anything? So when I apply, I'm applying for a privilege. And this is the contract right here.
Right.
That's the contract right there. So now what happens is not necessarily a contract. It is actually it's an occupational license. That's what it really is.
Right.
Because there's only one person signing it.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So now you're applying for a privilege to use the rules for commerce. And this is why I brought up Title 49 of the CFR, Title 49 of the United States Codes, and the state motor vehicle laws. This is how they're doing it to people. It's not a mystery. It's really what it is. They cannot take your property without due process because of people are ignorant and we want to be bombarded with this garbage. This is why these things are happening.
May I comment?
Sure, brother.
I just want to speak to my own personal ignorance. I've lost no less than 5 cars to the city.
Well, they stole them.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, right here in LA, they have confiscated, I would say, 4 cars of mine.
Right.
Only one of them was under a loan, which I eventually got back because I had to. But yeah, all the other cars that I've had, I just look at them like, Big lighters. Take it.
But you should always protect
But
something
you're absolutely
that's yours.
right. That's why I said I want to speak to my own ignorance.
Yeah, you have to protect it. Now, I'm reading
They were
this.
good cars. They won hoopties and nothing like that. A Benz, a BMW.
Wow.
High-end, big
All the money
big
that you
cars.
paid for these cars, they stealing them.
Well, I didn't pay that much for them.
I don't care if you paid
I bought them
$1,000
used.
for it.
If I paid $100, $1 for them,
It is what
mine.
it is. It's yours.
What's the law pertaining to the need? This is one thing I've always resisted. So I was really looking forward to you talking about this.
Bring it up, brother. I mean, this is what we're here for. And it's
What
not
is the
anybody
law? How do they mandate a law that requires you to register your own property? Now, I understand it's dangerous. It's on the road. It's a couple of tons, and you can kill somebody and all that kind of stuff. And then require you to buy insurance at astronomical rates.
Okay, can I answer
Please,
this too?
by all means.
All right, Philadelphia, right?
I'm mad about this.
In Philadelphia,
I'm
right?
going back to get my cars.
Listen, in Philadelphia, if you read the registration card, if we have any Philadelphia listeners, I want them to register.
PhiladelphiaTalkLive.com.
Yeah, Philadelphia
Go
Talk
to
Live.
PhiladelphiaTalkLive.com.
Look at your registration to your car in Philadelphia. When you read it, then look up the code that's on there. When you look up the code that's on there, it's going to be a littering law. Dead serious.
Litter
I'm
or
trying to remember
littering?
I'm trying to remember the code. I think it's 39.
If you leave it on the street or something
No,
like that?
brother.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. I think the code is, maybe somebody from Philly can call. I think it's 3901 or 3904 or something like that. It's a little corner on the bottom of the registration card. It's going to be a code. It's going to say motor vehicle code. Then it's going to give you a number. But you must look up the number, and it's going to tell you, do not throw ashes, trash, da-da-da. It's going to run this whole thing down. But you have to have the motor vehicle law book. What it is, it's a littering law. The registration. What it is that it was for trash truck people or people loading trash or dumpsters and stuff. That's who it's for. When you read it for yourself.
Yeah, I remember
Get the motor
I
vehicle
remember
law.
seeing that. Yeah.
Registration. So all of them are like that. Most of them don't say that in different states. They word it a little different. This is why I tell people to get their motor vehicle law book of the state. And it's going right back to the commerce.
Wow.
The motor carrier, they dealing with law. But you're not understanding what it is. So when you register to that or subject yourself to that, now you're saying you're operating in commerce, because the number one word for driver is somebody that's employed in the law dictionary. That's the first thing that come up.
Right. For
Somebody that's
driver.
employed, operating coach, carriage, or wagon. See? Follow me with all this, what's going on. Even when you go listen to their commercials, they say we have drivers and we have passengers. No one never look up the definition of what a passenger is. A passenger pay a fare. You don't get it? They pay fares, and they say it on buses and trucks and all that other stuff. It's a whole game that's being played because you're not being taught this.
Right.
Now, I'm reading this paper. It's called the LA Extra or something like that. It says tickets is more drama for the city. It's a San Fernando former police chief have violated the laws when he successfully sought to dismiss congressional aid traffic ticket last year. This is in the paper, right? But dig what they said on here. Now, this is what they're supposed to be ticketing. This is what they said in the article. It said, oh my God, do you know who this is? I don't know who this is, but this is what the cop said. Like, they pulled him over and said, you know who this is? It's Emily. I don't know who this person, Eley. I don't know who this person is because I'm not from out here. They said that this officer, according to the memo, the ticket was given for running a stop sign and had been issued to Fred Flores, who worked for the rep of Howard Berman, right? He ran a red light. Right, but what they did, they dismissed the ticket. They threw the ticket out before it got there. They can't do that. This is what I'm saying. Either your pockets are deep, or you have to know this law. So if it applies to the common people, it applies to everybody. But they have to work on the ignorant people because they have connections. See what I'm saying? To make these phone calls. And really, all the laws that they're doing, it really applies to them, not you. But they can get the money from the ignorant people. This is how this game is being played.
Yeah, that's the system.
So now you have, when they take your property, you got to scramble up, borrow money, go in debt, rob somebody to get your property back. Did that make sense? Come on over, Shakim. Did it make sense? Does it make sense to me? I mean, y'all, please call me up. Don't be afraid. I just want to know. Maybe there's an attorney listening out there. I don't know.
One of the things I've often pondered, and as a fellow former Philadelphian, I ain't never going back.
And listen, you don't. It's not necessarily Philadelphia. It's not necessarily you being in Philadelphia.
But nonetheless,
it's here. It's worse.
I never understood how a $35 ticket could eventuate into you losing a $35,000 car. Now, that's not happened to me. But a $35 ticket will escalate to this astronomical interest rate of money to the point where if you can't pay it, I mean, they can escalate your ticket. Let's say 6 driving tickets, 6 times 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
About a couple $100 can escalate to a point where they can boot your car, impound your car, make you come to court, pay for impound fees, pay all these other incredibly escalated, hyperinflated fees, and take your expensive piece of property, whether you own it or not. Is the deep part about it.
But see, the thing is that this is what people
revolution, man.
No, but see, listen, revolution is about taking it back through your knowledge. So the key is that I want you to look up the rest also, but the key is that you don't own your vehicle. I just said earlier.
Man,
I don't think you. I don't. It doesn't. Listen. Follow me. It doesn't.
We have to take a commercial break for me and him to step outside and body box about that one.
No, but
because I do own my car.
No, brother,
I just bought
you don't. It doesn't matter. Did you hear what? I think it was Tech that he said in the song. It's to make you think you own it.
Right.
It's to make you think you own it. You don't get it. It's to make you think it. See, Russia got this thing over there. It say we let the people know they don't own nothing. Over here, they make you think you own it, so you take care of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. That's the art of war. Even though you're capable of showing capability, the game is to say I own it. I just ran down to you and said, when most people get their car, don't take Sabir words. I'm a dummy. Just read the title to the car. Title is not even ownership. It's not. If you flip it and read it on I believe the right hand corner, it's going to say little fine print, lien holder. I want everybody to look up lien holder, but I want Ray to look it up also. But lien holder, it's an interest in something. It's an interest in a vehicle.
Let's define the word lien. What lien means.
Find the word lien for me.
And just to act, just
Shockin' Williams, ladies and gentlemen,
thank
host
you
and
very
producer of the Shock Factor.
Thank you very much.
Every Friday night.
Friday, man. What's wrong with you, man?
It's a busy schedule. I'm sorry. I don't know everything. Jeez. And don't forget about the caller from the 219 on the line.
Yeah, that's Mel Jackson.
Mel Jackson.
Yeah, that's Mel.
Is that you?
What's happening? What's going on?
Brother Mel, what's happening? Let me give you a round of applause. I missed your arrival here at the show. The famous actor Mel Jackson. The ladies love him. The guys want to be him. What up with you, man?
Yeah, what's that? I want to say peace and blessings to number one, everybody in the studio, and then everybody that's listening.
Yes,
indeed.
Peace and blessings to the family, Let's keep rocking, Sabir. I guess you're building on this, man.
Yes,
Shockin' Williams had a comment.
I think it was a good idea that you did this because a lot I heard over the past, I don't know, maybe the past month. It just seems like when you start hearing a certain thing over and over again, it starts to make you pay attention. And this whole idea with the suspended license and then the taking of property and all of this, it's like it's happening to a lot of people. And I don't know if, people are paying attention with how to arm themselves with the knowledge in order so this doesn't happen to them. And that's why I think this is a great thing that you're doing today.
Thank you, man.
So, Mel, they took a couple of your cars out here too, homie?
No, but not out here. But this is what
they haven't. They with out in L.A. Yeah, they was trying to do that out in L.A. So that's why I said I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Where they can where you talk about the ticket and because with me you get a ticket and then I'm flying all around and then they say well this is and then you get pulled over and they take your car and you're like okay I got to go and pay this ticket, but if you don't get around to going to do that, then you're right.
Exactly.
Whether you have the resources or not.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's happening to people like when you start thinking about the amount of money that they're charging. If you have income coming in where you have the resources to get it like that, where it's like okay, you need $2,000 or $3,000 to take care of all of your tickets right now, or else we're going to keep tacking on $40 a day in some pound or whatever until it equals the value of your car, and then we have the right to sell it at auction.
Exactly.
It's something about that seems like it seems like not embezzlement, but it seems like when they come up and they take your money from you, it's
extortion.
What is it called, Sabir?
Extortion.
Yeah, extortion.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Extortion. It seems like extortion, and then it seems like even when they take you, they can take you in your person to jail, and it's almost like kidnapping.
It is
so they
kidnapping.
stop you from you being on your route to wherever you were going to do your work, and they kidnap you until they force you to do what they want you to do as far as the rules are concerned. So it's good to have a show to at least bring people's awareness to what they can do when faced with this situation. So not only they can to make the what happens, the inconvenience minimal.
Exactly.
And they can still keep their property. All right.
Exactly. But you know what? People always wait until the last minute until something happens.
Right.
I've been doing it since 2003 and giving this information. I've sat with prosecutors, attorneys, all of them. And I have not yet one talk about what I'm saying to y'all. Not one. Because they're getting a check of $80,000, $50,000 a year for this. But they're inconveniencing the people. I was at I went to Philadelphia, and this is when I was heavy in it. I went to get a record. A Philadelphia traffic court had a private meeting. Now, they said it was open to the public, but it was a private meeting that they had. Now, they was talking about targeting the inner city. This is what they were saying. They said they wasn't taking the cars because they didn't have insurance. They was taking them. I forgot the reason why, but I'm going to bring it in the next time. It's about a thick article. And it talks about how and why they were taking the vehicles. And they were going into the inner cities to do it. Okay. It wasn't the outer parts. Because first and foremost, insurance is if anybody's a Muslim or in Christianity, insurance is a gamble. Insurance is optional. They don't force you to get life insurance, nor do they enforce you to get fire insurance. The key is in insurance is that they gambling that you won't be in an accident and you're gambling that you will. I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is they're privately totally different. You have an option if you want to, but you should have an insurance, not assurance, not insurance. Two total different word game. Insurance, assurance, two total difference.
Now I have a question about parking because in my mind, anytime you put an ing on the end of something is an action.
It's an action word.
So when you say parking from 2 to 5 or whatever, it only takes 3 seconds to park a car while you're parking.
We argued that issue in Philadelphia one time, and the ignorant went to an attorney, and I said, call that attorney and tell him to call me on the radio. We can have this debate on air. And he tried to, this guy just playing with semantics. No, it's language.
Yeah, that's what they use.
If I'm talking, if I'm walking and I'm acting, it's an action word. I told you, I only went to 11th grade. So if I'm parking, I'm parked.
Right.
Now, the word, which I told the sister to go back and tell the attorney, it should have said for the parking of the car. Would have been better, right?
Right.
And we didn't hear nothing else about it from the attorney. Because it was language. The first thing they study in law school is language.
Right.
See what I'm saying? We used to beat the tickets like that in Philadelphia. But see, you take it back through your knowledge.
Right.
And like I said, on any platform, I'm ready to challenge them.
You know, I got a little story about the Philly traffic
Hold on,
court.
let me read this thing real quick. What was the interest, right, for everybody?
I got lean.
Pull that mic down.
Yeah, lean. Yeah, go, bro. Put your mic down, son, bro.
There we go.
Mel, listen up, Mel.
Lien holders. Any person holding a lien in the property of another. A lien holder is a person with rights in the property of another resulting from a lien, whether the lien is perfected or not, or even known to the lien holder or not. A lien holder ceases to be the lien holder at the extinction of the lien, whether or not the underlying debt given rise to the lien is satisfied. That's the lien holder.
See? Now, go back, look at your title to your car, and you'll find out what that means. It's an interest in the vehicle. No one has interest in a vehicle. Rich keeps saying he owns it. You don't own it.
That's my car.
The city owns it.
God
if
damn
you
it.
own it, if you own it, don't get nothing on it. When you choose to get it registered, you get it registered then. If that's your car, right? No one can take something that's yours. Period. You protect what is yours, and you have a right to. I was just looking up under common law. There was a term called I'm trying to find it. Rights to resist unlawful arrest under common law, right? This is what it says here. It was a privilege of common law to resist the police officer. I don't think y'all get it. So if we're not under common law no more, what are we under?
Right.
Commercial. So we under commercial law, you have to have some type of contract somewhere or somehow. Either it's verbal or if it's written. This is how they getting you. This is the game. This stuff is not a mystery or secret. It's there, it's in front of you. But we so busy watching and doing other things and being entertained. This is why I always bring up the Gladiator movie. The dude stood up and said, "Are you entertained yet?" We like to be entertained. Instead of that, we need to be edutained.
All right. So what is the process like if I'm going to buy a car today? What are the steps that I need to take in order to own it properly and all that? Like what do I need to do?
Okay, first of all, we need classes for that, but I'm gonna just throw this out here. I want everybody to read it. It's usually a bill of sale. They destroy that. They don't really destroy it. It's on a little micro, what you call it. They put them on it. And what happens, if you read the title, the first thing you should do is fill out the front part. Don't
Okay.
fill out the back part, because if you read the back part, it says if you're not a, this is what it says, and I know it in the top of my head. It says if you're not a registered dealer, Section D on the front should be filled out. If you're
Okay.
not a registered dealer, Section D on the front should be filled out.
Okay.
So
okay.
you need to read what it said. What we do, I'm happy to got a car.
Right.
And I sign the paper.
Right.
It's mine.
Sign your life away.
He's laughing and saying, "Yeah, really? Okay."
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? But you need to flip it. Make someone that's close to you the lien holder. It could be your wife. It could be your man. It could be your cousin. It could be your mom. Let them put a value to it. If a car is worth, let's say, you paid $1,500 for it, put a lien on it $5,000. So in order for them to get rid of the car, either gonna have to sit or they have to satisfy that lien. That's how it works. It's that simple. And you
Okay.
file it with the Department of Motor Vehicles. It's simple.
Okay.
It's not hard.
That sounded simple.
So now if they take my car, right,
Doing-
they're in total violation of the Constitution, right? And it's
Right.
called highway robbery.
Mm-hmm.
They stealing it on the highway. You have to use the language. You can't say you
Right.
stealing it.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a fool in court.
Right. Yeah.
You have to say highway robbery, because in motor vehicle law books, it says highway robbery, meaning that you're taking property off the highway. And the police, the local police, are operating under the color of law. The color of law means it appears to be real, but it's not.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you clothe with the authority, but you're not necessarily the authority. This is how it is. This is what I teach in the class. So when I share with people, also get a tape.
Can you help me get my car back though? If I come to the class, can I get my Benz back?
So how much money you got?
Damn, now I got to pay somebody.
Yeah, you gotta pay somebody. You're gonna
That's
pay
the
them.
bottom line.
You're gonna pay an attorney to go talk. He just gonna go make a deal, because they ain't nothing but deal breakers.
Right.
They go over and set up the deal. They say, okay, we're gonna get this amount of money. We're gonna get your cut. I get my cut. The prosecutor gets his cut. Okay, we straight. This is how they work. I used to do this in Philly with attorneys. I used to see them in restaurants, tap them on their shoulder, say, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's sitting here with the prosecutor and the judge. I'm like, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, wow, they all work together.
Sure they do.
It's a game,
The
yeah.
law.
Yeah.
And I bet you they sitting back saying, well, Sabir is telling them again. He's back out there telling people this. Yes, I'm never giving up.
Mm-hmm.
And this time you can't stop them.
Well, you know, they're the administrators of the UCC.
No, we ain't even gonna go there. I don't even want to go there with that. That UCC.
You invited him to the table.
No, but listen.
Going
No,
in.
follow me with
You
this,
said, "Come
because
on in
no. It's not that.
I'm gonna
It's
get
that basics. Okay, basics, fundamentals, and what he's discussing is the UCC is nothing but the Uniform Commercial Code.
Mhm.
That would take a whole another 4 hours.
That's another show.
People,
yeah.
Right.
I want people to visit these law libraries. Take time out on a Saturday, you know, or Friday. Go visit a law library in the college. I think I went to, what's the one they got out here? LA. What's the college they got out here, y'all?
LA City College?
No,
UCLA.
UCLA. They have a hell
He said,
of a,
"What's the one they got out here?"
Yeah, I'm
You
just,
know it's
I don't know, man. I'm just getting
Westwood,
familiar with
it's
these.
got a
But
U in it.
whatever
and
it
a
is,
LA.
whatever it is, go visit them. I was in UCLA and they have a volumes of this stuff in there. I was just-
What advice would you give a young guy? A lot of young guys out here, no suspended license, driving around. What advice would you give them where to start in the beginning as far as standing on their square?
I would say invest in a law library, law dictionary. Buy a
Sure.
law dictionary. I don't care which one. Invest in it. They're cheap now. Actually, he has one right. He has Black's Law. See what I'm saying? He has the Black's Law dictionary right there. That's the book of the week right there.
And I bet when a cop pull you over and that's on the passenger seat,
Sometimes
or
they'll,
the armrest,
but
it's like,
sometimes
oh,
they'll,
let me, be a
sometimes
little
it depends.
Careful with this.
Some of them are
dude here.
cocky.
Yeah.
And they want to know what you know. They want to know if you don't even need the book if you know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Now, there's another term I want people to look up. You can look up duress. And duress is a form of threat. And I always share with people, when you ever get stopped, you ever get pulled over, you can put the initials TDC. TDC is basically threat, duress, and coercion. That's all it is. So you
Well, if you've ever been questioned by a cop as
Well,
a
no, no,
black
no.
man,
Yeah.
I feel duress.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Can you
I've
read that
been
real
under
quick?
duress.
Yeah.
And I
many
want y'all to listen to
times.
this real quick. I want you to
Duress-
listen to this.
Duress, an unlawful threat that limits the victim's independence of judgment or action. Duress is any improper threat or condition, such as coercion, that limits its person's ability to think or act independently. Scares the shit out of you, in other words. Not every threat gives rise to duress, however, so that a threat is not to do business. If the threatening party is free to avoid such business under circumstances, is not the basis of duress. The presence of duress destroys the independence required of the party subject to duress to freely enter a contract. Thus, a contract formed while one party is under duress related to the contract is voidable by that party at a later date when the conditions causing duress have been abated.
Now, where else would you hear that at? I just gave it to you, right? So they're forcing you to sign a ticket. Don't they say that? If you don't do this, I'm going to do this too. Don't they say that?
Sign it.
If you do, but wait a minute, I can't be compelled to be a witness against myself. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, where's that? They can't do that.
It's under duress,
but it's a threat that they're doing. Yo, hit us up 323-247-7443. That's 232-247-7443.
323-247.
That's why I keep telling you to do it. Yeah.
Can I?
Sure, man.
I just want to, because
I know you got something on your mind.
The overlying takeaway from your message today, which is so absolutely important, is that there are so many people in the inner communities, and that's a euphemism for black and brown, who are,
I don't know what brown is,
who are oppressed by these traffic laws alone. Traffic laws that entitle misguided and misinformed law enforcement officers to pull you over, ask you questions, find something of contraband in your car that can escalate into you spending a weekend or 2 weeks in county jail, that can escalate into the worst of situations, even if it means you're locked up for 2 weeks and lost your job.
Yes.
I've seen this happen right out here in Los Angeles. It even touches very deeply right here at home with LA Talk Live, with an experience we had several years ago, before we even moved into this building, when we were at the place we affectionately call the Egg. The point being, the overwhelming takeaway from this, man, is how important it is to get this message out to our young brothers and sisters, black, brown, green, I don't know what other color you relate to, that this is a form of oppression that has a lot of our people trapped in it.
But just
they can't get their license back.
Yes.
So they can't get a car.
Or they can't work. They can't
get
bring
insurance.
Food. It's by design.
They can't get a job.
Right.
They can't do nothing.
It's by design. And what happens?
And a 1 hour drive becomes a 4 hour trek on the bus.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen.
This is a great topic today, man.
Listen.
I applaud you for this one.
Thank
brother.
you, man. Listen
and to you as well, Mel.
Yeah, but you know what?
So love.
You know, this is why we went after World Star Hip Hop. World Star Hip Hop need to be putting this type of information, because that's what they are watching. They're listening to this stuff on the radio. They have more brainwashed cop TV shows on TV. And you said something earlier. They're not law enforcement officers. They're not. We need to stop with that. The only law enforcement officer would be the sheriff.
Right.
That is the only person.
The sheriff.
The sheriff.
Right.
He is the only law enforcement officer.
Because sheriff is law and
But it's
enforcement
ancient.
thereof. Yeah.
It's ancient.
You're right.
But the thing is that, how many of us are watching this? How many of our inner city people are watching this? So we have to speak the language of them and go to them. You know what I mean? It's not beneficial to these politicians. They don't care. They only come out once a year to talk. Talk to you and say, okay, this is what it is. We need your vote. But nobody sits down and say, well, this is what we want you to do for us. Even your pockets have to be deep. But this is a big problem. I'm telling you, Mel and I was talking about this yesterday, man, on the phone. And I'm like, he's telling me his ordeal and his friend's ordeal in Atlanta. And I'm like, you know, you're taking away somebody's life. I mean, I may have to go somewhere next week or shoot a film or whatever, but I got to come to court for 2-3 hours. And then you're going to give, let me tell you how much it was a joke. I had one out here when I first got out here. The cop was trying to tell me to get a LA license. I said, well, I'm not an LA resident. I'm not even a resident, period. I'm not, because I know what a resident is. A res means a thing identified, so I damn sure ain't that.
Right.
I'm going to repeat that again. Res ident, a thing identified. That's what resident means. Prefix, suffix. So he said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm not a resident. I have a domicile in these two different places. So he didn't get it till later. And he was like, well, I suggest you get a LA driver's license because it's the law. I said, what law is that?
And stop smoking that domicile, damn
No,
it.
I'm asking him, what law is that? Now I'm asking him. And he said, well, we're not going to take the car and hold it for 30 days. All this stuff I've been going through, and I'm listening to this conversation. I'm like, yo, they got people dumb out here, man. Like, so I go to court. And as I'm going in, I made a joke downstairs up in Long Beach. I was like, could you tell me what floor the extortion room? I mean, and it was so funny though. I'm in the line. You know how they go to the detective. So the sheriffs are there. I said, could you tell me what floor the extortion room was? They said, and they all looked, and everybody in line looked at me like, what are you talking about? They said, oh, it's on the 3rd floor. And I said extortion room because you're trying to extort finances from me. But what they do, as I'm sitting in the courtroom, I'm watching the whole what's going on. if you can't, this is how much this is a joke. And it's mostly, like you said, the black and brown. I don't like that black and brown thing, but the low income people, they're in there. If you can't pay the fine, they tell you to do what they call community service. I say it's a joke. If it's the law, it's the law. You pay the fine, right? But people don't peep that. So they don't want to pay the money, so they'll do community service. So now they're taken away from their job, from their family, and your family fall apart. We have to have this type of conversation 24/7 at dinner. You know me in the morning, eating it at breakfast, classes. We got to have this. We have to have this in rotation. You know, these basic fundamental things that I've shown people, they need them. We're going to take this break real quick. We'll be right back. You listen to the Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live. Mel, could you hold on for a second, all right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Behind you feeling like you ain't alone. No paranoia, you ain't out to get thrown. Yes, they really invading your home. And if you're looking for a silence, you call, she right here. It's me, her, and Tupac over here having a beer. Cheers. A toast to a lovely revolution. What's hush hush? They know what we do. When they oppressing, we resisting. Ain't no justice in the system. Don't nobody wanna be your victim. What's the big secret? Guess I just have to leak it. It ain't just me, please believe it. Everybody wanna be free, but just keep it to yourself. You ain't heard from me, right?
Everybody want to be free. Just keep it to yourself. You ain't hear from Sabir. Woo! Welcome back, everybody, to Sabir Bey Show on LA Talk Live.
Yes.
That's a hot track by N1. You hear me say it? Everybody want to be free. But you ain't hear from me. They listening in. He said, you want to be free? Listen.
Getting like that. Incriminate me like I'm doing a crime. Ain't got no rights cause you violate mine. You know.
That's what we talking about.
You don't. Some folks will and some folks won't. Straight G-toes.
You think freedom costs?
No, freedom don't cost.
It's freedom free.
Freedom ain't free. The first cost of freedom, and you heard it from me, is self-discipline.
Self-creation. Welcome back, everybody. You know, tell a friend, like I said, man. This is so funny. And I know it's a lot of people that's out here that's listening. And some people get afraid to call into these shows. They like, I don't want to sound crazy on the radio. But listen, I know it's a lot of people listening in on these shows.
And sometimes the topic is very heady, and they want to listen and learn.
Exactly.
Rather than let me call in and ask a dumb question.
Exactly. But I don't want people to make this out of a feel good session. You know what I mean? I want people to go do something.
But I feel good.
Yeah.
I want people to, like Malcolm said, this ain't no feel good session. I want you to go out and do something. We was offline. We was off the on a break, and Kristen was bringing something up about traffic, man, and it was funny. We were discussing what is traffic. Now I want y'all to listen. This is from a Booby Ears Law Dictionary, not Black's Law this time. This is Booby Ears. The first paragraph of this traffic. Listen to this.
Okay, the traffic means the movement of goods or people in commerce. Traffic or trafficking was once a synonym for trade or commerce, and it remains primarily the movement of goods or people for the purpose of commerce, as well as any given transaction of commerce. Thus, a single transfer of chattel from one person to another is trafficking, as in the shipment of millions of goods in a complex supply chain.
Now, I didn't write that.
And that word is chattel, as we were once described being slaves, chattel.
But they only switched it. See,
and
it switched it. They switched it around.
Traffic as in slave traffic.
Yeah, but it's all the same.
Drug traffic.
Exactly. And actually, that's what she was going to bring up, because when I was in traffic court in Philly, period, y'all should question this. Why am I in traffic court? What am I trafficking? This is the dumb answer they will give you, the attorneys, because you're driving a car. That's not a good enough answer. I asked you what the definition of trafficking.
You were trafficking in valuable property.
No,
were.
We're not.
Listen, if you're driving a car, you're driving yourself and your valuable property.
No, brother, you didn't hear that. Traffic was commerce. Now look up commerce. I'm gonna show you. This is how you're supposed to. This is how you're supposed to teach. Now I was in school. They said if you don't know the definition of something, you look it up. Right. You look up the one that's in the brackets and the the prefix. I was at least taught that in school, but it says commerce. So we're doing some type of contractual business with each other. Right. So I'm going into traffic court now because now I'm in violation of that. But nobody questions where's the contract at.
Isn't the contract, though, when you sign or have a license?
No, it's not. A driver's license is not a contract. It is and it's not. It's an occupational license. A contract has to have two signatures on it.
Human signatures.
Yours and theirs. That's a contract. There's elements.
Damn, that's heavy.
It's all.
That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, it's elements in all contracts. You know that. It's elements in all contracts. You got the offer, acceptance, consideration. You offer, I accept it. Then there's some type of consideration, but there also have to be a meeting of the mind somewhere. So if I reserve my rights on something, I can go back and change it if I feel like it.
Right.
But the way they set it up is that you just sign it again. You're happy. Remember, they said go get a license, but then you're going to go apply for it. See what I'm saying? You're applying. But they told you to go. The law said you must have it.
You must have it.
So now, when you apply for something, you're getting something in return.
And I thought that's the benefit, or to drive.
No, you have a right to travel, but the key is that people don't understand what traveling means. Like again, this is the idiot stuff that I hear. Nobody's stopping you from traveling. Yes, you are. You stopping me. I just read what the rest was. If I can't communicate, if I can't go into this freely,
right?
You know what I mean? You're hindering me. So you're stopping me. So really, the laws was really for the government. It was for the government. And let me read this. This is actually from where's it at? It talked about the Magna Carta. Okay, the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution, which is part of the Bill of Rights, protects against abuse of the government. This is what it says. Authority in a legal procedure. It says it traces it back to the Magna Carta, right? Now it says the Magna Carta. Now this is the Magna Carta. Right here. This is the Magna Carta right here. But look what it says inside here. I found this book in Philly.
Old one too.
It says, what did that say? Sources of our liberty? What does it say? America Bar Foundation, 1952. See? And it speaks about the Magna Carta in here. But see, nobody brings that up. Nobody asked that question about what do you mean? The Bill of Rights. You cannot take a person's property from them at all. Only if you're ignorant. We must understand contracts, what this stuff mean, the whole traffic and trafficking, commerce, all these things. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But don't expect the police officer to know any of this stuff. It's not their job to know this.
Right.
At all.
And a lot of them are on a need to know basis.
Yeah, pretty much. Need to know. Need to be ignorant. That's about it.
Right.
But really, they're
Back yet?
Yeah, we've been back, brother.
Peace.
But peace, brother. He said we back. No, we back, bro. Mel, we got Mel back. He said, is it here?
Mm-hmm.
Mel. Yo, Mel. We can't hear you, but we're gonna keep going. But anyway, it's like they really don't know.
Yeah,
They don't know what's going on, and a lot of them don't even care. They just follow orders. That's all their job is, to follow orders. That's it.
Right.
You know, and they're arresting people for this. You know. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
What are you looking for? Huh?
We need to notice the difference between drive and travel and traffic and a passenger and it's just legal terms that they're getting us with, small legal terms. Driving is, you don't drive, you travel when you're going from place to place.
Well,
and
somebody would say that's playing with words, and it's not playing with words. Like I said, I don't, I'm not professing to be one of these turnovers, but I would say to people, look it up yourself. Look these things up yourself.
Gotta
but
know.
I'm giving you more than any attorney would ever tell you. They're not going to share this with you unless you got like $4,000 or $5,000 in your pocket. And I'm surprised none of them called me up yet to say that I'm crazy, I'm wrong. But they'll put out something on YouTube or Facebook and say this guy's crazy, but they would never ever call my show and say let's go toe to toe on this information.
Right.
They got to protect the corporation.
They have to protect the corporations, and what happened? People have to protect themselves. And they have to protect their communities against this, because they are in total violation of all this. So that you in fear, people looking over their shoulders, driving their cars, and trying to get to work. I mean, I'm like, come on, why would you have to do that?
Right.
It's insane. Did you find it?
Find what?
Commerce.
Oh yeah. I was looking up person too.
You look up person too. You got that?
Yeah.
This is classes in. Good.
Person is what? A corporation.
Yes, it is. When you go to court and they say, "Are you the person that was driving the car?"
Right.
And people say, "See how crazy and simple this stuff is? It's not even hard."
It's not hard.
And they say, "Are you the person that was driving the car?" And people
Nope.
say, "Yeah, I was," because they fearful.
Right.
And fear is only false evidence appearing real.
Right.
That's all fear is. Did you find it?
Yeah. Which one you want?
What you got? Whatever you got.
Commerce?
Yeah.
Okay. Commerce: producing, storing, buying, selling, trading, or even destroying goods and services. Commerce is any single bit of the activity that amounts in sum to the economy. The definition of commerce has been the object of great controversy because of its defining roles in the powers of Congress. In the Commerce Clause and the powers of Congress related to commerce have been expanded as the legal understanding of commerce has expanded. The most limited and antiquated notion of commerce is the interchange of one product for another or for money. You want me to continue?
Now, what else? I want you to read it. I want you to read person also. When you get a chance.
Okay. Person is a human being or an entity that is treated in law like one. A person.
Repeat that again. I don't think people got that.
A human being or an entity that is treated in law like one. A person is an entity with significance as an actor in law or in equity. A person may be a natural or an artificial.
That's it. So when you in court, do they ever say, "Are you the natural person?"
Or are you the artificial person?
Which one do they? They never say that. But see, again, I'm the crazy guy. I'm speaking out of my mind. I'm this popping this stuff on the radio. I'm trying to mislead people. That's what they'll say to you. That I'm misleading people.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say he's misleading people. Why is he telling people this? He's doing something. He's total violation of the Constitution. No, I deal with constitutional issues.
Now let's talk about the
Sure.
difference between the name in all caps and the name in uppercase.
You are on it. I need to have her on my joint. I need to. Let's go and take this call real quick. Caller. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show.
Shock him.
Caller, welcome back to the Sabir Bey Show.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up? Your name and where you calling from?
I have a question.
We can see when
I can't. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
We can hear you.
I heard you say a person. You said a person is a corporation.
Yes, a person, according to law, there's two types of persons. Like she said, this is why I say if you're near the internet, brother, go get a law, go Google or look up Black's Law Dictionary, law dictionary, period. Then you look up, when you go to that section, punch in person. It's going to give you two different definitions of a person, artificial or a human being. Two different things. They're going to give you artificial or person. But persons in corporate law is an institution. A good documentary that everybody can go look at online right now is called Corporations. It's a documentary that came out, I think, in 1999 or 2000. It's called Corporations. But I'll explain that, brother. Can we take that call too? We got to wait for the other caller to hang up. Huh? We can take the other caller? Let's take this caller real quick. Another caller. Caller, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show.
Peace, bro. It's the good news.
Okay, all right, he's back. Mel Jackson is back. But let me explain this to the brother, and you wanted to say something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But in corporate law, it's called a non de guerre. It's a corporate name, which names are all in corporate capital letters. Mm-hmm. This is how they do it in business law. Right. So it's called a non de guerre, and it's a corporate name. It's a fiction. It's not really you. They would say the front man. That's all a straw man. That's what they use it as.
Yeah.
They'll say straw man or straw person. That's how they use the term.
Back to the Wizard of Oz.
It's back to the Wizard of Oz.
We talked about this last week.
And that's the whole purpose of because that was the first Matrix to tell people the truth.
Yeah.
When you watch the storyline, when you talk about the yellow brick road, that was the gold.
Yes.
Her shoes in the original book was silver. The Constitution said you can't pay no debt other than gold and silver.
Right.
That's what the Constitution says. So you had this dude, it was going to Oz, which is dealing with ounces. You had a dog called Toto. You total things up.
Right.
So this is how the story, and they went and pulled the strip, and they had this coward behind it controlling everything. Let's take this caller.
And the tax ID number is
exactly.
the Tin Man.
I'm going to explain that too. Let's take this caller. I mean, everybody want to call at the last minute of the show. It's like the show is cut. It's like it's blown up at the last minute of the show. I'm like, but the TIN number was the tax identification number, which was the Tin Man.
Yeah.
The cowardly lion was the people which had no heart.
Right.
He was looking for the heart.
Yeah.
The scarecrow was the straw man. That was the whole key right there.
Wow.
That was the first Matrix right there. Let's take this caller real quick. Caller, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. We got to get.
This is Rubel. That's actually wanted to confirm on that on the Matrix. That Matrix 1 is the one where they give the most truth. That's the one where they show the science is really in Matrix 1.
Yeah,
the other
for
ones
sure.
are really, I don't know, they're trying to mix up the message a little bit.
Yeah, the original one, they really broke the message down, though. You could see it in the original.
Because people started seeing it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like you being woke and you see all of this. Thank you, brother. We got to take this other caller. We got these callers like crazy right now. Caller, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. Oh my gosh. Caller, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show.
Peace. This is Ramiel up in San Francisco.
Peace, brother Ramiel. What's going on, brother? I'll be up there this week, man. What's going on, man?
Oh yeah, we can't wait to have you up here, brother. Well, I just wanted to call in. Of course, I've been listening to the show as I do to support you every time you on. But I want to encourage everybody that is listening to get to know the process within their city, because as we go over the laws, you like you said, you do have to get that state constitution, but you got to understand the process.
Yes.
In which the tomfoolery that goes on and how they get you back, because in most cases, as we all know, a lot of the arguments that we have, they're going to ignore in court to see if you're going to stick with it. And if you don't know the process, you'll get tangled up.
And this is why we need classes set up.
Right.
Exactly. So I just want to add that, but enjoying the show. Appreciate y'all going into it. A lot of people need to hear this information, especially. I deal with this every day up here.
I bet you do. And we actually will be up there shooting the real barbershop talk on Thursday. So we're going to be having this conversation in the barbershop up at the
That's
brother
what's
store.
up.
So
Yes, we are.
you know, and we need to have this ongoing. Like the brother asked the question, what is a person? The person is a fiction. It doesn't exist. I always tell
That's
people,
right.
if you don't have access to a law dictionary, go online.
Mm-hmm.
Go to LexisNexis. I mean, LexisNexis, I think you gotta have a code to go in there or something. And LexisNexis is law. Lex means law, period. LAX, it means law. But when you go on there, you can look up all these words and then start challenging these turnovers. I mean, attorneys, my bad. You know, I sound like Karis One. He said one time, you get your receipt. I mean, your diploma. You know, we play with work because it is. Receipt. It's like, I accomplished 12 years of brainwashing camp. I'm getting ready to go 6 more years of brainwashing camp conditioning, because they condition you over and over and over again. This is all they're doing.
Well,
you know,
and then I say too is that, you know, we got to understand also is that, you know, I like you do, you know, we have these conversations with attorneys. We got to know that half the attorneys don't know.
No, they don't know.
Just with an attorney tried to tell me that what I'm quoting them is incorrect, and I'm like, no, it's not. But they don't know because they're taught by the canon of law that they need to enforce based on their city.
Thank you, brother. Let's go to the next caller. We got to go shoot to these callers. And Shakim is over. I don't know what kind of world this brother is. I'm gonna call Rich back in here. We got to go to this next caller, man. Let's go to these callers, man, because
ever since you sat over there, it's been ringing off.
It's ringing off the hook. Welcome to the
Gemini energy right there.
Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show.
Hey, what's up, brother? This is me again. This is Mel.
Okay, this is Mel back again. Okay, let's keep.
Hey, I want to tell you guys something about, you know, just with the callers, because you guys may be experiencing something where I called back like 13 times, and then I got that message that's saying, you know, just wait in the bay, and they'll say, caller, where you calling from? You hear that? And then it goes to a space where you don't hear anything, and then it cuts off after 10 seconds.
Okay.
And they did that to me 13 times in a row.
Okay.
So I don't know how many other callers out there that may be experiencing that, but know that it's. I don't know if that means that the switchboard is lighting up, but whatever that glitch is, it may be costing you guys callers.
Exactly, and we're working on that right now. I'm glad you said that. We only have two,
can I just say that?
Okay.
Mercury's in retrograde, and I mentioned
we only have 2 lines. Also, he said, right? He said we only have 2 lines here. So yes,
there's the other one.
Can we answer that too?
Glitches
happen. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. We got 10 minutes.
Okay, peace. I want to bring something up about police officers and Freemasonry. Did you know that a lot of them, like, they have brotherhoods that are very similar to Freemasonry? And I know a lot of people that are taking advantage of that and, like, trying to play the system by they'll take stickers, they'll buy stickers off Freemasonry websites, and they'll stick it near the license plate. So when the cop comes over and he's trying to run the numbers, the license plate, he sees the Masonic sign, and he thinks, oh, this must be a brother Mason or something.
Yes.
And when he comes over there, and they'll let the police officer know that they're not Masons, but they know how to say whatever they need to say to let the officer know that they are Masons. And almost 9 times out of 10, the police officer will let them go.
Okay, let me real quick, and thank you, brother, because I'm going to clear this up real quick. They may say, "Are you a traveler, man?" That's just a code. I'm not in there. I am the father. You know,
they'll say something like, "Can you have pity on a poor widow's son?" Something like that.
I'm gonna explain that too. Thank you, brother. It says, "Are you son of a living widow?" or whatever. This is just Masonic signals. They say, I used to have a shekel in Philadelphia. The Moors would get a shekel, and the shekel was like basically a code. Like if I was ever in trouble, I would give that to them or show that to them.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So I'm giving it all up. You know what I mean? I don't have no secrets, and anything that's secret is sacred anyway. Let's go to the next caller.
Right.
Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. Caller, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show.
Yes, hello?
Yes, welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. We got like 7 minutes, brother.
Yes, I would like for you to give me the source of your definition on when you said resident means a thing identified.
Okay.
I searched the law dictionary, I searched the standard dictionary, and I searched the etymological dictionary, and I couldn't find that designation anywhere.
Okay, when we were in school, right, they used to tell us how to study. When you go, everything has a prefix and a suffix, right? Right? Brother, are you there? Okay, so when you look up res, right, when you finish looking up resident, look up res and dent. Look up those 2 words. When you get a law dictionary, I don't know if you was online, but if you get a law dictionary, you should see it better, or get a regular Webster's dictionary and look up the same thing. It's not that much different, but look up the prefix and the suffix. Then look up domicile. Look up those two words, domicile and resident. Those two words, you will see the difference in the two. Or you can have a resident, which means it does not move. That's what it does not move. It's in one spot.
Well, according to the etymological dictionary, it doesn't say that at all. I mean, to look up res and look up bit, that's two different
no,
things.
that's not how you study, brother. That's not how you study. I just said to you, study. Listen, when you...
Oh, no, this is Lord Abba you're speaking to.
What's up, Abba? Oh, my brother, Lord Abba, what's up? Okay.
That's just not what it means, beloved.
Okay, but look up the words, Lord Abba. Peace, brother. And this is one of my Moorish brothers right here. This is one of my Moorish brothers.
I just wanted to hear your explanation on that, brother.
Yes,
I'm not going to call your line up.
No. We're not. It's all good, but we need to have classes for this. And I wish you would have called at 3:00. You know what I mean? Because people are calling at the last minute because we offer here in 5 minutes. But I want people to do their own research for themselves. Like I said, don't take Sabir's word for it at all. You do the research. We'll have classes set up for these things out here in LA coming up. Okay, thank you, Lord Abba, brother. We got another caller? Okay, no other callers. Man, this time be flying, man. Right. It's like,
go fast.
But people must study basic fundamentals before anything. And that's why I always suggest people to invest in the law dictionary, invest in this information, have study groups, have classes. I'm available, all the time. Like I said, I'm ready to go to San Francisco to actually have this roundtable discussion. Right. The arguments is not against with each other, it's with the politicians. That's what these politicians and these police who are doing the things. And the problem is that most of us argue with each other because we ain't got the heart to fight against them.
Right.
And that's what's going on.
Right.
We on internet gangsters, Facebook gangsters, all this other stuff. But when it comes to them, yes, sir. No, sir.
Scared,
okay, sir.
Right.
Yes. I mean, this is the problem. And this is why I keep myself away from a lot of that and deal with them.
Right.
I don't have time to argue with my brothers. If I'm wrong anywhere, correct me, but I'll make sure you come correct also. Cross your T's, dot your I's. I didn't just walk in this. I came before the YouTube era. I've been this since 1997. So it's not new to me, And I've studied under many of the great teachers. Professor Burton was one of my greatest teachers from Temple University. She knows, who passed away, and he taught etymology, or it's called the etymon, the origins of words. So it's like I said, that this is just the beginning of this show. We're going to be doing these things. This is our third month. It's just going to get fast, It's just going to get even better.
Yeah.
So any last closing remark? Mel, you still there? Mel's gone. So, Mel was pissed off because of the lines, and I told him we only have 2 lines, so he kept getting,
Yeah,
dropped.
Thanks for pointing that out. Very much. Hey, the fact of the matter is, when Mel, if you're out there listening, next time Skype him in.
Yeah,
and that way he's on a totally independent line, and he sounds so much better on Skype. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that now. Now we know.
Yeah.
But anybody want to look at this?
Now you know. What month is this?
I'm just saying. I'm just telling them. I'm talking about people, brother. New people that's listening in. Okay.
Spreading knowledge. I figured I'd jump in here.
Yeah. But I want to thank everybody. Like, we got like a couple more minutes. Wow. Any closing remarks, Shakim? Any closing remarks? We know you got it, man. We got. Let's go with the sister first. No. I gotta see. I want something I'm playing before we close this out. But go ahead.
Okay. You can find me on Facebook, The Cosmo Report, on Facebook. Kristen Little's on Facebook, and thecosmoreport.com. If you want a reading, my rates for readings is right on my website. So hit me up.
And can I say, for all the brothers out there, homeboy, if you want a reading from a pretty woman, you need to hit her up, because I guarantee you won't be. You just want a reading just to sit in front of her pretty face.
He's trying to get a hit.
I got a girlfriend.
Real quick.
Hey, check me out on Facebook. Eat Like You Give a Damn is the book page. At Raw1Pubs is my Twitter. Here's a picture of the book. Raw1Pubs.com is my website.
Hand it to Ray there, Brother Ray. Yeah. Hold that there book up right there, that there camera there, Brother Ray.
Eat like you give a damn.
Go on there, Chrissy. Go on, show that book there, guy.
Raw1Pubs is the website, though.
Like give a damn it.
RA1PUBS.com. So check me out. We got some new stuff coming up this spring. We'll talk about it soon.
Yo, and follow me on Twitter at the Sabir Bey Show. Facebook me And like I said, man, always something every week, man.
Did you just burp?
I don't care. Listen, hold on, y'all. Listen. Let me tell you,
brother Ray explain what birthing is all about.
Let me tell you something. I did that purposely too because I'm like, this is real. And I mean, and this is how I like it.
Attention, okay?
No, but listen though. You know what's funny as heck? I was watching Tyrese, Genuine, and who else was it? Genuine, Tyrese, and Tank. And they farted on air, and it was so funny to see what was going on. And like they looked at each other.
If that's the case, hold on.
You know, it just reminded me of that when I'm watching their interview. I said, "Oh my God, this is funny!" Like they looking at each other laughing. Who did that, man? Like it's real, man. Come on, man. This is. I know I'm in Hollywood, but this is not. I ain't
real
acting.
Rude
man.
radio.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is real.
Rude boy.
You know, but
excuse him.
And I want everybody to get this book too. This is a great book to read. The Alchemist. You have to become the Alchemist. Great book. Really easy book to read. Shakim.
And once again, thank you once again for having me.
Yes.
Great show. Great panel.
We're going to continue this.
Great information.
Continue.
And one thing I want to say, check out the Shock Factor every Friday at 8 o'clock.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Woo! But look,
every Friday
at
7 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah.
The Shock Factor.
But understand what this man is saying is that you have to educate yourself because you're signing away your life.
Yes, you are. And we're going to continue this next week because she wanted to talk about the banking issue.
Yes.
And we have my young brother, violinist coming in.
I got to come in and talk.
Yeah,
about
Oh, man. If you're not familiar with my man, Lee England.
The cat from Venice Beach?
Yes, Lee England. Yes, he's coming in next week. Lee England will be in next week, and the boy is bananas, man.
He's
crazy.
Oh,
that's going to be a repeat appearance for him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was here like last year. Yeah, he's incredible.
Wow. Our time is up, y'all. We got to close with this.
You need more time.
I know we need more time.
Get some study groups going out there now.
We are. Yeah. But this is my girl, Sonny Patterson. Y'all want to say thank you. Thank you, Rich, for allowing this platform. Thank all the listening audience. Thanks, my man. Thank my man, Mel Jackson, producer of the show, for calling in, always lending his support.
Yes.
I'm telling you, this is Gravy Bananas in another 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
According to the astrologer. Peace and love. This is my girl, Sonny Patterson, and we out of here, y'all.
Peace.
We pour cayenne pepper around the perimeter of a building to keep the police dogs at bay. I'm the Panther Party in a Desire housing projects in New Orleans. I'm a nigga turning the gun on the National Guards. Take a long, long look. I'm a cook in the kitchen asking the missus to taste the dinner. Take a long, long sip, cause death ain't always this good. It's eyes popping out they sockets. It's a lifeless body rocking backwards and forwards. It's a boy stabbed 47 times in front of the church house. It's a man 43 years old stuffing his penis in a 9-year-old girl's mouth. No, death don't always taste good. Just don't sound like something I want to eat off. And I hear them say it was like a train came through the room, left mama so depressed she was unable to move until one day, a few months after the hurricane. Husband and child found the Trinity bloody in bed, his wife, son, a daughter dead. And on the end table there was a letter that read, I couldn't stay here, not for 1 minute longer, and it made no sense for me to leave here alone, cause who would take care of my babies with their mama gone? I'm telling you, death ain't always good. It'll leave you finning for water and food. It'll riddle up your body in the Audubon ballroom. They'll El Hajj Malik El Shabazz you, crown you king, then dethrone you in a Lorraine hotel. They'll disfigure your body to where folk can't tell if you Emmett Till or not. Tell them, mama, keep that casket open. Let all the world see it ain't just burning in Mississippi. Hell is hot wherever you be, from the rooftop to the cell block. Step on up to the auction block, bend over, touch your toes, so show your teeth, lift her titties, examine his balls. It damn near sound like a hip-hop song, but it's slavery at its peak. A circus for all the freaks. They'll warn you, caution when you speak. Can't afford the truth to leak, but we'll say blessed are the meek. And all the ones who make peace and are the ones who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness. For we say theirs is the kingdom. Earth is their inheritance. So no matter how treacherous, they'll try to trap us in them trenches. They'll dig deeper ditches, but all that matters is this: which side will we pick? Which path will we choose? Either win or lose, because death don't come in vain. Not for us to remain enslaved or our spirits to remain in cages. It comes so we might be courageous to fulfill our obligation to our God and all creation and stand in determination, able to look death in the face and say, we made it, we made it, we made it, we made it.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and hosts of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.